Northern Kentucky news. At Store Cable, we cover exclusively Northern Kentucky news. It's with Greg Anderson. We have Wes Wright on sports, and that's weeknights at 7 o'clock. Right now, here's the Mad Cranker, the parting of the pins. Here's Moses. Mark it down, baby. That's what it's all about.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He woke up the rest of the Moses family with that one.
Here's the Zuke. Mike Zuke, 34 years of age, 6'4", 260. He's not a linebacker. He's a bowler. He's a good bowler.
And he's also a winner.
Yes, he is. Calm, cool, and collective. Zuke in qualifying. 205, 266, 227, 200, and a 183 for a 1081 scratch. He was our second qualifier. Zuke came in second at LaRue and first at LaRue. He came in second week 3 at LaRue and first at week 10 at LaRue. Zuke's out there, double city, mark it down.
That's one way to come back and answer the call.
Here's Dave Moses, 21 years of age from Covington, Kentucky. He was on our program, a while back. Let's see. 6th week at Bowl Lounge. He threw 9 in a row, left a 4-pin, and finished with a 279. He's a cranker. And there's that 4-pin I was just talking about.
Ball just finished a little strong on the back end. And contrast in styles. Dave, he likes to give the ball some area out there and swinging it out to the right and picking up the track. And Zuke is more or less a line player.
Come on, baby. Come on now. Come on.
Dave Moses in qualifying. 192, 267, 246, 233, and a 167 for an 1105 scratch.
Definitely can put some numbers down.
Yes, he can. He's a cranker. It's churning. It's burning. Mix it. Mark it. The winner of this match to meet Rick Hitt.
And they don't get any easier, and that's the head pin going up against the wall, hit the 4 and knocked out the 5 and the 7.
Here's Mike Zuke. He's 34 years of age.
And he pays attention to his hand position.
And it looked like a field goal city there for a second, Eddie.
Well, just finished a little late and come in behind the head pin. The 7 was unfortunate. The 6 was one that you can see. You'll see it coming in late. And the 7 should have went real early, but the 10, the 6 just went right in the gutter around it. A little lighter, he'd have had them all. And a spare.
Zuke's married to his wife, Sandy. Has 2 children, Mike and Angie. Remember, they were on the program.
Sure. We had family week last week. And that's what this game is. Family sport. Family home entertainment. And he turned out a little early. Got it.
Right now, Mike's plus 17. But here's the Mo.
And he can cut into this one right here.
Yes, he can. He can cut it
to 7.
To 7.
Sitting on an X. And the bowlers are all using a urethane ball. And a little bit of adjustment. Did a real good shot before and may have been just a little soft with the speed and left the 4. And just, notice he doesn't send it as wide. He holds it a little tighter and doesn't get the hit on the back end.
It looked like it kind of got caught up in the middle before it wanted to make it swing.
Well, when you have the lanes are resurfaced and the ball is getting through the heads, meaning the first part of the lane, quite well. So if you just get it without any lift, it'll slide on you. ideal scoring conditions.
Come on now, sweet shot.
Mo in the 5th. He's talking to it. It's there. So we're halfway through our men's match here at Super Bowl Lane. I did it again. At Bellewood Lanes in Newport, Kentucky. We'll be back with the conclusion right after this. (6'4", Mike Zuke from Dayton, Kentucky versus David Moses. This is the Zuke. He's working on one, looking for a double. Mark it down, baby. No doubt about it.
And that was flush. You know, I marvel. He's a big man, as you said. He's 240, 250. And he's just so smooth at the foul line. Nice and slow and down low.
One more, and he could be plus 27. And let's take a look at that again there, Ron Lawson, producer, director, out in the truck. Can you hear me?
So one thing, it's the same identical hit he had before, and you'll see the ball come in behind the head pin. And he decided to go for one.
He really had no choice. It's a 25-pin match. This right here, Moses has not struck on this lane. He's 3 for 3 on 17. He has not solved 18. Is it time? It's out there. Still, 18 has been Moses' trouble.
The trick to this whole match was the leaving of the 4-pin on the right lane. And he's been moving ever since. And that one there was in the nose.
Come on, buddy. Come on now.
Now he's back home on 17. 3 balls, 3 strikes on 17. You got to string them together, though, in this game.
You know, I've been in this situation before. I've worked so hard to hit one lane that the lane I'm living on, I lose.
And he's looking at trouble. What is that, Eddie? Is that what?
That's a 4-9. That's a
4-9.
strong ball, just chopped right through him. And he'll get behind the 4-pin and slide it into the 9. Shoot cross lane. And he's got a shot at it. Oh, brother. Difficult break there.
Here's Zucker. He's plus 15. Has a chance to build because Mo is open.
He catches 2 and sits down. Mo has got a work cut out for him.
There's one. Calm, cool, and collected. You know, with Zuke, when he throws a strike, it's really tough to get excited because he's so cool. He's so cool about the whole thing, you know.
And so perfect. When they hit those pins, they're gone.
I mean, he's like a guy that says, "I dare you to knock this battery off my shoulder." So cool.
Checks that hand position on every shot, and he almost left that thing again. But I notice he's not making any adjustments off of that hit, which was in. We'll talk to Dave after a while and see if he did make an adjustment.
The winner of this match will meet Rick Hitt, who is the bowling pro here at Bellewood Lanes. Well, if Mo ever needed to get started, it's time. This kid can string them together.
He can go for 216.
Come on now.
There it is.
And that's the hit he's been looking for all day on that lane. And I would have bet you he would have done that because he got the split on his popcorn alley there. Just watch that head pin fly up against the wall. And really did its duty. And if you remember, on the lane that he was hitting, he left a 4-9 and then struck on the other one.
Come on, Dave. Yeah.
He needs it. There it is. Mark it down, baby. The Mo is back. And that really puts the pressure on the Zuke.
A strong rolling bowling ball.
Zuke right now is plus 27.
Look at the concentration he had on his hand position. Hand to reach.
And, well, I thought that 5 pin was, that's the last pin I thought I'd see standing.
I'm glad it's not my leg. That's the same hit that Dave had over there. The head pin went up against the wall. And he had a scout going across the lanes, but it missed a 5. Well, if Zuke throws the first 2, it's Lock City. He can lock him out.
If he throws the first 2?
If he throws the first 2. Watch him check the hand position.
So smooth, so deliberate. Mike Zuke from Dayton, Kentucky. If he throws 2, he'll move on to meet Rick Hitt. I'll tell you, every ball he's thrown on 17 looked like Split City.
Well, he made the adjustment on 2 straight 7-10 possibilities, coming in a little late. And my friend, we got a ball game.
Yes, we do.
Cross lane. He needs a spare.
He chopped it. He chopped it. Mo needs to throw the first 2 too, doesn't he?
Well, he throws 1.
He has to throw 1.
He's got to have the first one.
Got to have the first one.
On the lane, he's been battling.
That's right, 18, Dave Moses. He needs the first one.
And here's the clip. Ball just hooked off on him. That's the advantage of flattening the ball out, going cross lane.
Moses' only chance to move on.
And that lane continued to be a jinx.
And it's over.
Can't make it back. He knows it. He just picked it up and wheeled it. Tough break.
Mike Zuke's 199 to Dave Moses 181. So the Zuke will move on, and he'll meet Rick Hitt in the Championship of Champions at Bellewood Lanes. And we'll be back with the final match right after this. We're back at Bellewood Lanes. Here's Mike Zuke. He defeated Dave Moses in the first match, 199 to 181. This is the champions of champions of champions. I'll say it again. Mike Zuke versus Rick Hitt. Zuke on 17. Changed balls, Eddie. He's been having problems on this lane, and he changed balls.
You're very observant. He went to a harder surface ball that doesn't hook so hard. Goes a little longer.
Will he use that ball in the other lane? He's been stroking good on 18.
Tell you the truth, I was surprised he didn't use it there.
Here's Rick Hitt, 32 years of age, from Newport, Kentucky. He's married to Midge. He has a little boy named Joshua.
And we met him last week on the show. There's Rick. Nice, smooth left-hander.
He's the manager of the pro shop down here at Bellewood Lanes. So Rick is no stranger to this surface.
No, that ball just finished just a little bit late. Left the 6, or the 4 pin now. I got to call them reverse with the lefties. Cross lane.
the winner of this match to receive 4 bills.
And a super release.
And they're not $1 bills either.
No, they're not. I tell you, watching him bowl, he's got such a smooth approach and a real nice arm swing. But keep an eye on his head. It's as steady as a rock.
Well, Rick Hitt's no little guy himself. 6'2", 245 versus Zuke, 6'4", 260. You think it's a wrestling match. There it is. Mark it down, baby. Rick Hitt.
I watched his head all the way through. It didn't move.
Well, we'll see if you're right.
Keep an eye on his head right there. Perfect.
Does that remind you of anyone?
Earl Anthony.
I knew you were going to say that. Here's the Zuke. Mark it down. The only difference right now is Zuke is an 8-pin handicap. And that's the difference of this match right now.
And this is going to be a high score for sure.
There's the Grayville. And there it is.
And there's Rip City. That ball took out the 7-10 that time. Keep your eye on the finish of this ball. It's got it outside into the track area. And Rip City.
You know, that was the ball that tipped the 5-pin.
And took out the 9. And that's a good shot. They have to do that.
There's Mr. Steady, Rick Hitt. And again, the 7-pin.
I was talking to Rick, and he's a super, super nice fella. Well, he just hits a little behind the head pin, and you'll watch the 4 lay right in the gutter. It's right around it. Didn't catch the hit on it. Didn't really have enough of the 2-pin.
Cross lane. Rick's averaging 217 on the season.
That sounds like my high game.
He bowls at the Wednesday, or he bowls on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Back over here on his home court. Lane number 17. The ball just went a little long. This should cross lane at it. You know, Bellewood is going to run a 3-member team classic over here, which has been an annual event. And first place is $1,000. And the entry fee for squad prizes and everything else, $45 per team.
Well, here's Mike Zuke. He's working on 2. He's plus 18 right now. A shot here could really open up the lead here early in the championship match of the Northern Kentucky BPA Merit Tournament. Zuke's got it out there. Brooklyn.
I think he wanted that one too bad. I think he heard you, Nick. I think he really wanted to put the hit on Mr. Hitt. Cross lane. You know, anybody interested in bowling this, they can organize a squad and get a free entry.
Right now it's an 18-pin match.
Anybody interested in a 3-member team classic, all they have to do is call Bellewood Lanes.
There's Zuke. Now, if you can explain that one to me, Eddie.
Well, I think he overturned that one is one thing. You could hear it rolling either on the fingers or the thumb, but the ball just finished real strong. And you'll see he's got this further out to the right. It's picking up the roll. Crashed right through. No pin deflection. The one before we were talking about, that ball took out the 5 and the 9. That was too strong, and it just went right on by the 9.
Well, the door is open for Rick Hitt. He can make some of that 18 pins up right now. Rick's going to get his strikes, but not on this lane. Not yet on this lane.
That's an awesome average right there, 217.
He's left 2 solid SEVEN pins. Don't even want to say them in his presence. It's there. Mark it down, baby.
He either made about a half a board adjustment, and that's what it looks like. And the ball finished a little earlier.
With a shot right here, he could take the lead for the first time in the match, Eddie. Rick Hitt. We're in frame number 6.
And this is the lane that he likes.
It's twirling. Little high.
Oh, brother. And there again is the same hit that Zuke had on the other side. Ball just hitting too hard and chopping right through the pins. Go watch it. Keep your eye on the ball. And it went right on top of that 8 or 9 pin. No pin deflection, nothing took out the 8. Easy spare. Uh-oh, look out.
He lost it. What happened, Eddie? I just kind of glanced up and saw it just skid in the gutter.
Lack of concentration there. It was, a man of Rick's talent, 217 average. That's almost an automatic shot, and he just didn't pay attention to basics.
Zuke trying to jump on it, and he does. Zuke immediately picks up another ball.
And you watch this ball hit. Just took out the 9.
Zuke's had his own problems here on 17.
For 2 games.
Yeah.
Well, the electrician will have this one figured out.
Solve City. A double.
It's all about sawing them off. That's powerful. Ball hit behind and just rip City.
Well, if it's ever time for the bowling pro here at the bowling instructor here and the manager of the pro shop at Bellewood to solve it, it's time, and he did it.
Well, he just got a bad break on this left lane, 17. And then you don't throw him any better than that. That's just picture bowling. And I'm sure he's forgot all about that 8 pin over here, and he'll just go on and execute.
Rick for a double. It's out there. Mark it. Oh, my goodness. Another 7 pin.
Well, all he can do is throw the ball on the 1-2. After that, it's up to the pins.
To round out the top 10 men, Art Smith Jr. was in number 4, Joe Frolicker 5, Steve Withrow 6, Ken Brown 7th, Dan Moses 8th, Ron Moulton tenor 9th, and Randy Shields was 10. Boy, I tell you, Rick, trying to get the ball out on 17 for those conversions has been a problem. That's 2, Eddie.
Yeah, and just tough to explain. Just let down on him. I guess he got two tough breaks. And there's another bad break. Well, they're giving a clinic on throwing the ball into the 1-3 pocket or the 1-2. Unfortunately, the pins aren't helping them out.
I think the Zuke is going to lock it up here. He'll be plus around 40 pins with 2 frames to go.
And a spare.
You know, we were talking about before the show came on, I was just standing around just asking people, who do you think? And they'd say, Moses, Hitt, Zucker. But a lot of people really didn't. A lot of people really weren't as, they didn't know as much about Mike Zuke.
I've watched
They
him.
will now.
I watched him a couple of times, and he keeps the ball in the area. He's not a cranker. He's just a solid stroker with a lot of roll and a lot of help on that 2-pin, a trip out to 4. I think it's Saranora for my left-hander, but I'll guarantee you he is one super player. He is a smart player.
He can finish with a 195. A little smile from Rick.
Now I get the kick on the 4-pin to get the 10 out, the 7 out. You'll see it. Bang, there it went. A little love tap.
Mark it down, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what. He has got that super nice arm swing. Good roll. Solid head.
Rick Hitt can finish with a 195.
Straight back arm swing.
How about a 193? And we'll get one last look at our champion right here, Mike Zuke, 34 years of age, from Dayton, Kentucky. You got to give this man credit. He's been out week after week qualifying for the merit tournament. He's been on the show a couple times. He won it once. Here he is. Gets out yesterday at Bellewood, qualifies on the show again, and he turns into our Mr. Big, our grand champion.
And a potential 232.
But I'd like to certainly congratulate all these bowlers for a fine year, Eddie. This is it, buddy.
It's Saranora, I guess,
That's
is what you're
right.
telling me, huh? What do we have, 33 women in the finals, 33 men?
23.
23. And they boil down out of about 1,400 players. And there's that 6-pin flying up over the top of the 10.
Let's see, I have he can finish with a 2-2-1.
Well, I'll say one thing. On our last show, your score sheet and my score sheet was identical.
It only took about a couple years to get it down, and there it is. Mike Zuke, the champion of the Northern Kentucky BPA Merit Tournament here at Bellewood Lanes. So Mike Zuke and Millie Elliott are our victors. We'll be back with check presentations, trophy awards, and who knows what else right after this.
Contact your local Northern Kentucky BPA Bowling Center. Summer leagues now forming.
We're back at Bellewood Lanes where the grand finals of the Northern Kentucky BPA Merit Tournament is now history. It was a long season, but Eddie, I'll just turn it over to you and let you introduce everyone who's passing out the checks and the trophies and other things.
Thanks a lot, Nick. And you know what is history is going to be the money, you know, what they're all interested in getting. And, of course, they're going to get the hardware. And here to present both of them, Pete Wagner on my right, who will give out the cash, which I think they might be interested in getting. And on my left, Jack Snodgrass, distributor of Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer, the sponsor of this tournament. And if you will, gentlemen, Pete?
Eileen, I'd like to present this check, third place for $75. Thank you and good shooting.
Congratulations.
For second place, the green, a check for $100. Good shooting.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Millie, Wonderful show.
Thank you.
And hope to see you next year.
A lot different from last week.
A lot different. There's a check for $200 for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and Paps was glad to have you in the tournament.
Thank you.
Now all we got to do is give out the men's checks, and a good friend of mine here is going to give them out. A gentleman by the name of Frank Swearjean and his lovely wife Billy, who run this tournament.
Thank you, Jack. The first check I have is for Dave Moses, $150.
Hey, thank you very much.
Congratulations. The second check for $225 is Rick Hitt.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the winner of the tournament, $400, Mike Susher. Nice shooting, Mike. Congratulations.
Mike, thank you very much for being in the tournament.
Thank you, Chris. I just felt like I was at a traffic jam there. I seen more money and more checks go past me in the last 5 minutes than I got in my whole career. But I got to ask Jack a question about the sponsorship of this tournament. How'd you feel, Jack, about the whole thing going down the stretch?
We were very enthused with the tournament throughout the year. We've got nothing but good comments, and we hope to be back again next year with an even bigger and better tournament.
Well, I don't know how much bigger it can get. We had, I think, somewhere around 1,600 to 1,600 entries, both men and women.
Well, that's tremendous, and what we liked about it is it gave the average bowler a good shot at winning some recognition and also some money and trophies.
Well, that's the name of the game. You know, we had some people up here that were getting anywhere from 35, 39 pins a game, and then we also had some people up here 0. You got the gentleman over here with 0, and I think Mike had about 8. So, you know, it helps everybody. But I like, if you don't mind, well, here's my good friend Doug. Doug, he's the president of the BPA. And how did you feel about the whole show?
Well, I think it went off real well. Had a tremendous year, a lot of participation. I think everybody involved in it was real happy with the way it went this year.
Well, I think we've used up a lot of time, and so this week I think I'm just going to talk to the champs, if you don't mind. And if I could have my young lady over here, Millie, why don't you come on over here, Millie?
Hi.
You know, Millie, I watched you bowl last week. You were very nervous.
To say the least.
Today you got it together.
I sure did. I wanted to do well today. After last week, I was so embarrassed. But I practiced Friday night, came over, practiced, and then I bowled well in the tournament yesterday. And my husband came over and gave me some little tips this morning. He watched me bowl, and that helped a lot.
Well, it was one of the tips to slow down your feet.
Definitely slow down your feet.
Well, I think everybody, that's a good tip for our viewing audience. You know, I always teach a lot of kids, and I always say, you know, go to the foul line like you're going to school, not from. And there's a difference.
There certainly is. Certainly was.
Well, now we went from the short to the big of it. Zuke, why don't you come on over here? Last week he stepped all over my feet. No, you really didn't, Zuke. Zuke, I watched you bowl last week, and you bowled tremendous, and then again you bowled this week, and you bowled tremendous again.
I got a couple lucky breaks today, and I bowled against some good competition, and I'm just proud to be up there with the good bowlers.
You know, I've heard say, oh, he's just lucky, and I always say, you know what? The more he practices, the luckier he gets.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I got some nod of agreement around here. Rick, he just had a little bit of trouble here. He lost a couple good hits and relaxed and gave the spares away. And Dave, I'd have to ask Dave if that 1-4 pin in somewhere about the second frame, if it goes, we got a different kind of a ball game.
Yeah, it was a turning point. Davey threw it wide there, and that was it.
Well, in any event, it was one fine show, and this is the final week, and I'm going to turn it back to my buddy and see what we're up to next time.
See what we're up to now. You don't think Doug Martin would come up here for nothing. Well, Doug, you have a little presentation.
Yeah, I sure do. Eddie, on the fantastic job you've done this year on at the microphone announcing and all these great interviews that you have every week, on behalf of the Northern Kentucky Bowling Proprietors, got a little present here for you. For you and your wife, Lost Weekend in French Lick Springs, Indiana. Play all the golf, eat all you want, have a great time.
Holy mackerel.
There you are. Congratulations, Eddie. Did a super job this year. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Doug. Well, before it's all over, I'd certainly like to thank all the bowlers for coming out this year. They certainly made it a super season this year, traveling around northern Kentucky. I'd like to thank Jack personally for sponsoring the tournament. We enjoyed it. Frank, Pete, Doug, all the proprietors around northern Kentucky. Certainly like to thank Bill. Thanks, Bill. Bill Murphy, tournament director, did a super job. We had an outstanding year. I'd like to thank Eddie also, producer director Ron Lawson. There's so many people to thank. So I'll just say thank you and mark this year down in the record books. It's over with. Good night, everyone.